Are you afraid? Are you afraid? Are you busy? Are you depressed? Have you lost hope in your life? What happened to you in the recent times? You were confident, you were busy, you had a very good status, you had everything. But what happened? What was the what do you think is the reason for your decline recently? So if you happen to be, if your graph is coming down, if you're if you're lacking something, and if you feel that you want something more in your life, so what is that we need to do? Have we identified the purpose of our life? Every year you add, you get closer to death. So 1 year closer to death. After 5 years, we get 5 years closer to death. Because if you don't realize that the outer body is not that important as the inner self, the spirit, then you will have, without anything doing, like you'll be getting closer to death. The body muscle will go down, and your shape will, you'll bend, and then you will stoop down, then you will be flat, buried, or cremated, or burnt. But if you realize that the spirit is everlasting, and in your spirit is where God's spirit is dwelling. But if you're not conscious of the God spirit in you, it's a very bad thing. If you're not conscious of the things that you have, then you will not be able to use it, right? Like, let's say, suppose I have a wallet, and I have got 50 notes of 2000 rupees. So that amounts to 1 lakh. And if you don't know that I have that in my wallet, and if I go somewhere, I want to eat something. So if I don't know that I have that much money, then probably I'll eat some roadside food. I'm not saying roadside food is not that great. It tastes good, although the ingredients we don't know where they're coming from. I heard that the recycled oil, which was recycled 50 times, he, is the oil that comes into the tea shops where we eat bhajis and bondas. And a lot of people are getting sick, getting cancer due to that. Uh, so, so, so if we don't realize that we have something in us, that is a very, very, uh, I'll say it's a blunder. Because one time you can do a mistake, two times you can do it, but if you do it repeatedly, then it will become a blunder. So if you don't know that God is living in you, so if you don't know that God is living in you, you will be suffering from various types of problems: financial problems, family problems, lack of direction, don't know what to do, don't know where to go. Then you will start worrying. You will start worrying so much about unnecessary things. What is going to be my future? What will I eat today? Where will I sleep today? What So why am I like this? Why my friend is prospering, and why am I in deep shit? All these things will happen to you if you don't realize what you have. If you realize that you have God's spirit in you, that means the God who is the omnipotent, who is the only one who has created all these places, and he has He has everything, like what you see and what not, whatever you can't see, whatever you heard and whatever you have not heard is created by Him. If you don't realize that you have such a powerful God spirit in you, one of my friends asked, we were traveling from Bangalore to Kadapa, and they were a family who wanted to come to Kadapa. It is a Muslim family, yes. Like, how can you say that the Creator lives in a creation? How can you say that a Creator lives in a creation? He said, I will not agree to you that God's spirit is in human beings, because Creator can be in creators. His question was like, okay, you say that the Kadapa, the place where we live in, it has a water tank, and I say the same water is in me. But he'll say, how will that big water tank, such a big one, which is like 10,000 or 1 lakh times your body capacity, live in a small container like you? So the essence is, what I am saying is, the same Holy Spirit which is infinitely present in God's spirit, there is it is coming and living in us in a different quantity. How much ever we need is what God gives you. What you need is what God gives you. You are in it. Don't compare with somebody else and say, oh, he has got this one, I don't have it. You don't have it. No, who said you don't have it? Did somebody say that, no, you lack something, or you are born different? That is a lie, right? All men and women are created same, right? So what is the difference between that person and this person? That person has consciously understood that God is residing, God's spirit is residing in his, God's spirit and his spirit is in hand. That means whatever he does, he doesn't depend on his brain and his mind, his heart. He doesn't follow his heart. He will follow God's messages. He will follow, because God is hand in hand, and he is communicating with God. God tells you to where to go. God tells you what to do. So you will not worry about tomorrow, because tomorrow takes care of itself, and you will worry. And I was thinking, oh my God, I got up, and so what am I going to do today? What am I going to eat? The whole place is locked. I can't go outside. Water is over. So many problems. I think worry about unnecessary things early in the morning. Did it happen to you ever before? If you get up early in the morning, the early in the morning is where your brain is almost like 10 times faster and 10 times efficient. And what are you going to put into your head early in the morning? Did you meditate on God? Did you talk to the God? So if you don't know that God is so near, if you don't know God is inside you, and you will go places, you will go churches. There's a church behind me. It's a big church. It's a beautiful church, renovated in Kadapa, CSI church. And you will go to a mosque, or you will go to a temple very far, or you will go to one river and put all your sins there. So somebody says, we just blindly believe the other person. We'll say, somebody says, okay, that tree has an enormous power, you go there, you will beget children. So such a foolish people, they go to that tree, and then sometimes they will get benefit out of it, because they don't believe that God is in them, but they'll believe that the tree has something, some miraculous power. So God will laugh from inside and say, you fool, if you wanted, you could have just asked me, right? Give me this. Why are you going to such a far place and looking for the tree or looking for the stone, and then ask it? If you really wanted to get benefited, you could have asked me. I'm right inside your heart. So if you don't realize that God is in you, we are the ones who are going to lose, because if you don't know that he's in here, and then like how we're going to lead our life is we will think, we will worry, we will worry about what we do today, what we do tomorrow, and uh, and various other things like, oh, that girl is beautiful, and she's better, this girl is better than that girl, that boy is better, okay, and so how to impress somebody, and all these things that come out of our flesh is what we'll be thinking about, and we will be worried about unnecessary things. So the Satan, the bad guy, the king of devils, what he can't do is he can't touch the God who is inside you, but he will try to stop communicating to God, and put all the worry in your head, so that you will only worry about those unnecessary things, and you will be so busy that you will not communicate with God. If you don't communicate with God, then you will lose, right? So all the blessings are already packed inside you, and then if you don't realize, then you'll ask, అయ్యా కొడుంగప్ప, నాకు ఇది లేదు నైనా, ஆண்டவரா எனக்கு இது இல்லை கொடுங்கப்பா, பிச்சம் கொடுங்கப்பா. Then you'll ask, because you don't realize that God has already filled you with all the blessings, and many people go, if they see Swamiji, then they'll bow down, ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணுங்கோ பெரியவரே, आशीर्वादम पन्नंगो, बड़ी 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 भैया आशीर्वाद कीजिए. So you bend to all people because you don't know that you are already packed with all the things that are necessary, the healing, the blessings, the abundance, the plentifulness. If you don't know that you are already blessed with all those things, then you will be only worrying about unnecessary things in this world. You want to you will buy a car, and then you feel, okay, why didn't I buy this small car? I could have bought a luxury car. Then you buy a luxury car, then you'll think, oh, why that car is better than my car. So when you were a kid, right, initially you will buy something, and then like you'll feel so better. So the same thing will continue. This is an unnecessary thing. Why do you need a car? Basically to make your journey a little easier. So if you want to go from A to B, the easiest mode of you'll choose the easiest mode of transportation. Just because I have a car, I foolishly went to Munnar and Astamudi. Recently, this year I went to Astamudi, Trivandrum, which is almost like 1,000+ kilometers. Because I had a car, I went. I drove most of the journey. So is the car giving me the luxury, or is the car straining me out? Anyway, I was going to a holiday, so I had a good time taking rest there. But so look at the amount of stress and pressure that I'm adding. Whole night I'm driving. One or two times I just dozed off. Then foolishly I have coffee, I have nicotine, then to keep me awake, to keep me alert and go. I'm on a health trip, I'm on a holiday, I want to enjoy that holiday, but is my luxury really giving me the luxury, or is it foolishly I'm because I have this, I take my car throughout the country and feel tired. So if you don't have the happiness inside, you will try to find the happiness outside you, and then what happens is, for that, like you'll spend all your energy, but you'll not get happiness. All the happiness, all the blessings, all the healings, all the abundance, all the plentifulness, everything is packed inside you. Okay. Just because my name is Padmakar Isaac and I am born to Christian parents, don't think that these blessings are only packed for Christians. They are packed for every human being who worships God. You might be worshipping to a stone, or you might be worshipping to a tree, or you might be worshipping to an empty hall. You think, okay, there is some reverence into that hall. No problem. You think that way, no problem. Because if I'm there, some blind man come to see me, and he says, okay, there is a very compassionate man, go ask him, he'll give you. And he comes to me, he can't see me, he goes and touches my my dog, and he thinks that it is me, and then if he is communicating with me, and if I hear what he wants, I will probably help. If I'm a normal human being like me, will help the person who is asking, even though he's not facing me. Then God will also like forgive you. You want this thing, right? Okay, take it, because you don't know that I'm inside you and you are asking, so going outside and begging people. Okay, so one day you probably will become conscious that you have all the power of God in yourself. The moment you start worshipping God, who has created us? If you think, okay, your parents have created you, then very good thing, you're completely blind. Parents have given you birth to your body and to the soul, not the spirit. Spirit comes from God, and when you die, spirit is everlasting and it will go back to God, no matter what. So this spirit which comes from God gives you everything that you need. It's packed. Spirit is, like, I can say, like, okay, a million times powerful than your body. If you have pain somewhere in your body, and the spirit, you ask spirit to heal that body, it will get healed. So most of the times you see broken hands, broken legs. What they do, right? They just keep it straight and leave it, and it will get healed. How did it happen? It's all packed inside you. Some are packed inside you. Some will have happen naturally, and some it will have supernaturally. And all that is packed in you. And then some people say, okay, this is only for people who does some rituals. Muslims think, okay, for going 5 times a day to the mosque and doing certain rituals will earn them go to heaven. So they think, okay, we'll have to try hard, like the people who are constipating, right? They have to try hard, then only you go to heaven. So they do fasting, and then they think, why do normally kids fast? They'll ask for a toy. I say, I'll not buy this toy because it's not good for you. And they'll cry, I want this toy. I will not eat. Okay, you don't eat. Who'll be the loser? You lose your energy. Huh? You want to fast for 40 days in the summer? Okay, do fasting. Good. Because normal days you eat like a pig. Even on the fasting days you eat like a pig in the morning and the night. So fast, good. If your health is getting better, then what? If you're becoming fit and strong, very good. I salute you, because for your for your for your slavery attitude, I salute you. I'll be very happy about it, because even for having a slavery attitude, you need some discipline. I love the discipline. I love the way how people how you people are trained to be slaves for a ritual. You want to do a ritual, and then you want to be a slave. Good. But those who have ears, open your ears. I will say this word from Aramaic word ephpha. Open your ears, and open your ears and seek the communication from the God who is inside you. And he'll tell you, oh, I am so near, where are you going and searching? If you want guidance, ask me, I'll give you guidance. If you want blessings, ask me, you're already packed with it. All the times you are worrying about social circle, all the time you're worrying about other people, all the time you're worrying about ego, that okay, I am the best in the world, I have to be comparatively bigger than the neighbor, I have to take something from the neighbor, something, some piece of land, or I'll have to take, if he has a tree, I take his fruits. If he has a hen, I'll try to take his eggs. When he will go outside, I'll try to use some of his water. So these are the silly things that we'll worrying about. If you don't know that we are born with abundance, you know what? God, see, for many people now, they eat bread, jam, and butter. That's also a food, right? But if is that not sufficient if you eat bread, jam, and butter? But God has given you so many variety. You see, the vegetarian, non-vegetarian, sea fish, flying birds, reptiles, everything we eat. Na? We means the human beings, everything eat. Nothing happened. Koreans they eat dogs. They also are fine. If a dog bites you, we run in for injection, like 24 injections or something they put on the this thing. I don't know how many recently they put in. But they eat that same dog, and that poisonous snakes. The snake bits, then the scorpion bits. Oh, I saw a nurse crying like she has seen many people who are bit by scorpions, and then one fine day, what happened is the scorpion bit her itself, and that lady like she's injecting herself. She's asking the other nurse to inject more. She's unable to bear the pain. And then she says, "Now I have understood the pain of a scorpion bite." So that's such a big thing, right? What they do is they cut the scorpion poison and they eat scorpions, cockroaches, everything people are eating. Such a variety of food God gave. I mean, I'm not telling that okay, you also eat such things. You don't have to eat, but even if you eat, it is not going to hurt. So there is a certain way of cooking. Some people are eating live, and they are happy. And I went to a Filipino treat. My in New Jersey. So first time they said it's a feast. Then I thought, okay, a feast directly from the church. Um, some other people accompanied our family, and we went in my Mercedes-Benz car. And then like we were damn hungry. The church itself was over like very late, and then by the time we reached, it was about 3 o'clock. And me, my wife, and my son were like damn hungry. And then we see the pig as it is. I mean the face of the pig and is like that, and then the food is cooked, is steamed. I think it's they put it in the stomach of the pig, and then they do some kind of burning or something. I don't know. I don't. So that the fat of the pig gets into the um, rice, and it gives a damn good flavor, it seems. And then the soup, all nothing else than pig. That is it's better in Indian marriages or Indian functions. They have chicken, mutton, and fish. Sometimes, like if you are not allergic to one thing, then you have an option to go there. But here, not even a single item is without pig. And then what to do? We also have the Filipino. They are also they come to church. They have become very close to us. They bought a farm, and then now what we thought, okay, let's give it a try. Whatever goes into your mouth does not defile you, but what comes out of your mouth does defile you. I'm not. So we ate, and initially we felt like throwing up. Throwing up means you felt like vomiting, but then after some time it was okay. Um then whenever I used to have Subway sandwich with favorite was Subway tuna sandwich, and there is something like shrimp. No, sorry, bacon strips. Bacon strips, and if I put the bacon strips and eat in it, like bacon strips are made from pig. The taste that you get like is immense. I don't know what is in it, like the fat or the way it's cooked. I don't know what. Like it's a little salty. It makes your Subway sandwich a little salty, but it'll like it'll give you that kick. When you have the fat, right, when you're getting in you. So fat and carbohydrates are the ones your body will crave for. So when you give it, it'll like say yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you yes, for if you happen to look at the lives of animals, right? So if you if you buy rabbits, just give them carrots, and they are fine. I bought two pigeons. They call I forgot the breed, but it's very costly. I bought them, and then I fed them only groundnuts because I was going outside for a trip for a week. What I did is I took 2 kg of groundnut and put them in this, and only groundnut and water. They were happy, no variety, happy. For the dogs, many of the dogs, for almost 6 months, I told my servant, give chicken and rice, chicken and rice, chicken rice, chicken rice, nothing, no variety. They survived. So basically, human being also will survive with one variety of food. But God is so nice that He gave all the varieties for you to enjoy. So if God is taking care of you, just your stomach and your hunger so much, and He is already taken care of everything. If you look at this, I'll show you this tree. This the tree fell down on a this there's only a branch, right? So that fell down. I'll show you. Wait. You see the new leaves coming here. This branch right here, it was dead. So what we did is, instead of killing it, we just made it straight again and tried to see if it lives again, and it lived. It lived. So the roots are there, still there. So we cut all the big branches, and it still lives. So you see, right? God is being a. I want to say some miracles that happened recently. I have challenged my brother-in-law that I will increase in height. My age is 47, and now he said, "You can, you will increase in height at 47." I said, "Yeah, 1 centimeter I'll increase." And then okay, let's see. And then within a matter of a week, and that time said, okay, 1 centimeter is easy, because the spine, if it gets elongated, and if you in the morning, if you sleep properly, right, then the spine gets elongated and your height will increase. I don't know that, but yesterday when he checked, right, he was checking again and again. I was 169 centimeters, and now I'm showing 170. And at that time itself, I told, okay, I'm going to increase by 1 inch. He's a physical education. He's doing his PhD in physical education. He's like, what? Height at this age? You are nuts, man. At this age, no height business. Only age will grow and you'll die. That's all. Why? What? How will you increase height? I said, with God everything is possible. I said 1 centimeter, right? You said it will not improve. Then now you've seen 1 centimeter. That time itself, initially itself, when I made that challenge, I said, God will increase 1 inch to me. So because 1 centimeter, sometimes hair or a little this thing, it'll show up. But 1 inch, I said. He's now believing it, because to a man nothing is possible. I was 92 kgs 2 months back, February 1st, around February and all, January, in the month of January, went to Rajasthan for my marriage anniversary trip, and then we had lot of food. They make this food with mustard oil and all. So and then in the end of January, I went to Coorg with my classmate Khaja Mohuddin and his sons, and my cousin and my servant. So we had a different kind of food there, and I like the Rajasthan food because the mustard oil food. There is one Kashmiri restaurant, Jammu and Kashmir restaurant near the railway station in Jodhpur. Awesome. Like you see, if you see, it's a small hotel, but there were reviews on the YouTube. So my wife read the reviews and we went there. The food is so delicious. You won't believe, we stayed there for four nights, and for three times we had the food there. So it's so good, and all the royal architecture. The place where we stayed was a palace. So we were. So I wanted to feel the place and feel the royal presence and all. We went there. Yeah, it was good. My wife liked it a lot. So on a marriage anniversary, I took the queen to the palace. So that makes me a king. Ah, oh. I'm just telling, like, okay. Uh, um, yeah, don't forget to impress your wives. Don't think that I'm married for 22 years, I don't have to impress my wife. If you don't impress your wife, then somebody else will impress her, okay, and you lose her. um, but if another thing is, like, always try to remember this is all is relationships. Your wife, your father, your mother, your son, and your daughter, whatever, whoever, right? So who is the close person? Like, if they die, you will cry. Who are they? List them out. Normally you should cry if anybody dies, but if somebody dies, like, the closest of your associate, like, whatever relationship, blood relationship, non-blood relationship, whoever is this, like, you feel that if this is not there, then your life will become meaningless. That's called a soul tie. No, the soul tie. That means, instead of giving preference to God, you will try to give preference to this person, and then give God the second preference. So the same thing is Lucifer, who is one of the archangels. It's written in the Bible, as well as it's written in some other religious books. So he gives himself the first part there. Then he's kicked out of that heaven along with his angels. Now those angels who are with him are being called devils, so this is for the simple fault that he thought, okay, I have to be a little more than God. I want to take his place. How many times I have to be a slave? How many years I have to be a slave? Why not this worship also happened to me? So the secret is, the authority was only with God before humans came into existence. And when humans came into existence, he asked all the angels to prostrate. Probably Lucifer was not there, he was kicked out already. But the other archangels like Gabriel, Michael, they were also probably asked to prostrate before human being. The reason is, authority after God was given to human beings. The first human, Adam, he just uttered some random names, and those becomes the animals and animal names and the bird name. Randomly uttered. So he named the animals. That was authority, right? Naming. Now we are exercising the same authority to name God. What a funny thing, right? How can we name God? We can call our daddy, or in Telugu you call Nanagaru, daddy, Pitaji, Papa. So in different language you call it, right? But if you don't know his name, you can't call him some random name, right? How stupid will be, like, to call him with a name, specific name? At least Muslims are doing better. Allah means God in Arabic, that's all. It is not a name. And now you want to give, and Christians, they say Yehovah. When Moses asked God, my people are asking, I'm writing these commandments, they are asking, what is your name? He says, I am. I am in Hebrew is Yahweh. And these idiots, they take that name, and they name God Yahweh. It's a funny concept. And God has been from, I don't know, from the beginning. That means such a there was no before and after. So he was there right from the beginning, and he was there even before beginning. He was there before beginning is a big thing. Like, he was there before beginning, and then if he was the first to be there, then who named God? You have to tell me this. Who named God if he was the first? If he was not the first, then probably he is not the one, right? Then many atheists also okay, God is not there. So if God is, they'll say, blindly say God is not there, and then they'll say, okay, if God is there, then who created him? Is their question. Okay, certain things which doesn't add value to your life, you don't have to worry about them. Certain things which doesn't add value to your life, you don't have to ask. So if God is the first, then who names him? Nobody names God. And I told you, right, like Moses was under pressure, and he was asked, what is where are you getting all these commandments from? Where are you getting all these teachings from? These police are trespassing my property. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so they asked, okay, what to say? They said, okay, and then he asked God, tell me your name. And I don't know who Moses saw. Moses, whether he saw God or he saw God's angels. They said, I am. That is in Hebrew, I already said, right? Yahweh. And now people think Yehovah. In different modulations, Yehovah, Jehovah, Yahweh, and they try to name God. Okay, no problem. Because we have been authority to name all the creation, then we think we have the authority to name the Creator also. Such a foolish people we are. And then God from infinity to infinity, minus infinity to plus infinity. I don't know whether what is how to explain minus infinity, because 0 is what we know where it starts. But he was there from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? And he was there from there to there. And what is the timeline between that and this is immeasurable. And he came, he sent his spirit to the earth for a short period of 33 years, 33 and a half years. I lived for 47 years. Jesus lived for how many years? 37 years. Jesus showed you and me all that we need, because we have failed to live like a human, to live. We have failed to understand what is our life. We failed our life. We failed completely, I'll say, because we have forgotten the purpose of our life. We now think our purpose of our life is to do something social service, to help other people, is to earn money, is to cheat other person for money, is to try to impress a girl, to have sex with multiple people, you create a world record of that, and used to like become the topmost businessman in this business tycoon in this country, and to go abroad and earn other currency, and like come back and show your might to other people. And most of the people go to the Middle Eastern countries, do all the shit jobs, and they come, they dress like business tycoons. They buy big vehicles, and then like they show off. So showing off is what they think is their purpose of their life. And and then they go to schools and colleges. They want to get the first place. They do everything. They like do the same thing like the constipated people. I don't have constipation, but I heard a lot of stories about it. Like the constipated people, they can't shit normally. They're like, that it will not come even then. It will like give them such a severe pain. So they think they'll have to do that, and they get to first they copy, they get their bits told by their teachers in the examination, and then they get like 10 out of 10. And 10th or 12th, and then they feel, oh yeah, I've achieved the greatest thing, the rank number 1. They put rank number 1. I don't. Sometimes I rank number 1. How come so many ranks? Did they give the same marks? Or sometimes I don't understand. Like rank number 1. And then they feel they achieved. If you go talk to them, what is the purpose of your life? Okay, purpose of life is a big spiritual question. If you just go ask what you want to do, 10th class is a topper, state topper. Ask him, what do you want to do? I want to join an MNC company. I want to become a slave. I want to work. I want to get more money. He doesn't have any clarity on his life at all. So what is the point? Like he becomes state first or country first or the world first? That's the point. No point at all, right? And then these parents are in peer pressure. Our neighbor who is poor fellow, he is getting 10 out of 10. Why I'm giving you tuition? I'm giving you smartphone. I'm giving you laptop. Everything. I'm giving you. Why are you not able to cross 9? That girl come. My son got 10. How much your son got? He'll say, yeah, I got it. So if your son gets 9, right, he'll say 9.5. Okay, no problem, my son got 10. So this show off is a big business. They think the purpose of life is to show off. They want to show off. Even sometimes I feel like when I'm doing this live, right, am I trying to show off myself, my intelligence, my bullshit? And God says your intelligence as a human being is real bullshit to me. In the terms that he uses, your worldly intelligence is me tuchamainadi. That's what he says in Telugu. Tuchamainadi. It's a worthless thing, piece of shit to me. Your worldly knowledge is like a piece of shit to me, is what God says. So if we want to elevate ourselves with our worldly wisdom, right? If you want to elevate ourselves with worldly wisdom, then the purpose of, if you don't understand the purpose of life, that God is in you and He want to, you have to do only what He says to you. You can do what you want to do also. The options that you have is, you be a king. Number one option, you be a ruler with God. So we can give you a title also, God and a mini God. You are a mini God. You and I are a mini God. That is possible. Okay, that is one level. And the second level, God is there and God is in us. So if we have God in us, right, we can call ourselves as a mini God, because we have all the authority of God. So we can call ourselves mini God. And then 2, you are a slave, and then you don't have any power of your own. You will have to depend on everybody. For everything you will have to depend on a priest. Everything you will have to depend on a pastor. Everything you have to depend on a teacher. For everything you need to bow down, because you don't have the knowledge. Like when you fall prostrate only, then they'll teach you. When you work for them, they'll teach you. When you pay them, they'll teach you. So in turn, when Jesus said, freely you receive, freely you give, all the blessings, freely you receive, freely you give, all the anointment, freely you receive, freely, all the healing, freely you receive, freely you give, all the godly knowledge, freely you receive, freely you give them. But there are institutions that they call themselves a ministry. They receive freely, but they can't give freely, because they have this operating expenses, and then they have this savings for natural calamity, and they say they heal you. Okay, if you go to doctor, it will cost you 15 lakhs. What would you give me? Give me 15,000, please. The free thing, you give 10% the tithes. If you don't give the tithes to God, then you are robbing God, is what they say. What will God do with our money? Have you ever thought like what God does with their money? Huh? So if you think, okay, the God is using your money for something, then are you really thinking straight? If you think God is using your money, that means what we have is worthless. The whole knowledge and the whole ourselves, like if you combine all the humanity to one, it is not even 0.00 nano percentage of God's power and wealth. And like you think that you give God money will make God's thing. And some people think, I have to fight for God, I have to fight for God, I have to fight for God. What will you fight for God? What they'll do, right? They'll not fight for God. They will fight with other other creation of God. They'll fight with their brother, who is also God's creation, and they think, oh, I have to do the purpose of God. This is the purpose of God. Killing the other religion guy, killing the other country guy is the purpose of my life. They think. Such a foolish idiots. The leaders are there. Foolish leaders who misguide these people. These people, many people, they teach discipline. If you don't do this, have you ever read Quran? If you don't do this, you will not attain heaven. They will not say you do this, you attain heaven. That's good, right? If you don't do this, you will not go to heaven. You have to be constipated. Your face has to be constipated. You have to fast. Do we really have to fast? Yeah, you have to fast. You have to die, basically, if you don't realize that God is in you. If you think God is not in you, and you are not doing the purpose of God. If you don't do the purpose of God, then whose purpose are you doing? Slavery. You are doing the purpose of some other man, but that man is he from God or is he from devil? You don't have a clear idea. In such case, what do you do? Are you serving God? Are you worshipping God? Are you worshipping Satan? Are you worshipping Satan and his intelligence? Are you worshipping Satan and his evil powers? He tells you, don't look at God. You do. You say, oh, God is not there in you at all. No. He is somewhere else. Somewhere in another country. You have to go pilgrimage. Jerusalem, Makkah, Makkah Masjid, you need to visit. Otherwise, no Jannat. Okay, I'm telling you, like, just imagine the whole world. Can all the people go to Makkah once in their life? Is it possible? How many people have crossed this country? Less than 20% of people have crossed this country. That means they have passports and they travel to other places. So that means 80% of the population are not eligible for going to Kingdom of God. So you believe all this bullshit. Papa Parihararthaniki నువ్వు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తావు? You go to Velangani, give your hair. You go to Tirupati, give your hair. Because they sell the hair. Hair is sold, and then they make wigs. They make for ladies. They make some beautiful ladies. The hair will come this much, and if they do that will fly off. Because that is not the original fur. That is an accessory, and that accessory is made from your hair which you have donated, which your wife went and gave, and then they'll use that. So sometimes natural intelligence also will give you a certain idea of who God is. God doesn't have a name. You won't give a name because God has given authority to name all the animals, fishes, and trees and everything, and fruits and everything. You think you have the authority to name God? Okay. Or your parents have told, okay, this is the name of God. And you see, right, in families, Appa, Hey Ram, they'll say. If you're born in a Hindu family, they'll say, Hey Ram, Hey Krishna. And now there is this Krishna temples, ISKCON. Krishna, they say, sing. Jai Jagadishu Hari, Swami Jai Jagadishu Hari. It's different types of singing, nice singing, melodiously they'll sing, and you will not know which. If you listen from distance, you will think, okay, it is a Christian song. Then you will think it's a movie song, and then you will think, okay, then Swami Ayyappa, Swami Ayyappa, and if you go to Tirupati, then you will hear the song. So there are the same means of worship. So you try to name God, and then you get goosebumps, you scratch your body, and then you get like fervent in all the things that you do. Good. If you are doing something for God, God is happy. But only thing is, don't try to use your authority to name God. You know what happens when you name God? Nothing happens. God is not unhappy. But the problem is you are only devised by the devil because he gave a name to God. That guy named a different name. He named his God Krishna. I named my God Rama. He named his God Yehovah. That guy named his God Jesus. And another guy named his God. Actually, in Muslim, in the Arabic, it says Allah is nothing but God. But if you look at the translation, look at the English translation, see how they manipulated that. It will not be God. If it is translated in Telugu, it will not be Devudu. It will, if it translated to Urdu or Hindi, it will not be Parameshwar there. So Bible, when it is translated to Hindi, you will see Parameshwar. Ishwar will be there. Ishwar is a Hindu word, right? But still, Parameshwar meaning is God. Right? So, like daddy, nana, mummy, amma. That you don't have a name in that. Like you have the relationship. So God is also have a God means there is a relationship between God and the Creator and the creation. The Creator and the creation has a relationship, and they call themselves. He called himself by relationship, and this guy called himself by some kind of relationship. Okay, and you want to try to name a God, and you want to see the 33 years of the role play that God has done. He has sent His Holy Spirit, and Jesus was born pure. And now you want to look at Jesus, and then you'll say, Jesus is God. Jesus himself has said, I am not God. Because of your slavery attitude, whoever has a little power. If I go do miracles, if I do something, some miracle, and then say I say, okay, this is because of Jesus in me. In the sense, like this is because of God in me. Jesus has told, like, when I go, I send you a comforter. So I send you a comforter. Many people think Jesus went and Jesus came. Now the Holy Spirit is also Jesus. But forget about all these naming conventions. God, now He is residing in you. He was not available for earlier people before Jesus, and then now He is residing in you. He will take care of everything. You don't have to name God. If you want to name God, it's your. The only problem, right? When you name God, you kill your neighbor, you kill your brother, because he named something else, I name something else. Then we'll see. I say, oh God, and he says, oh Allah. Another guy says, oh, hey Ram, and this guy is early in the morning shout, Allahu Akbar. And when it says Allahu Akbar, the Hindu guy gets confused. What is this language that I don't understand? Allahu Akbar means God is great. It's a simple thing, right? This the Muslims saying here, don't they belong here? Can't they learn the local language? They speak local language for the business. They speak local language for everything. But when it comes to spiritual thing, they won't understand. If you ask what is Allahu Akbar, 20% don't know what it means. Allahu Akbar means Allah means God. Ho Akbar means God is great. We think Akbar is another name, so they don't know what is Allah, what is Akbar. So I call God a name. I call God. So let's say I call God Yehovah, and then he calls something. Then there is a rift between. There is a fight. There is some disturbance because we feel our life is to serve the God. Our life is to worship God. Our life is to glorify God. That is, everybody wants same thing. Everybody, every human being thinks the same thing. But when instead of God, I replace. I say, I want to serve Krishna. I want to serve Rama. I want to serve Bhima. When you say that, and the other guy says, okay, in the layman terms, right? Layman terms, like I don't know whether it can be even an analogy. I want to have an entertainment. I'm watching a movie on the TV. Okay. So you see a movie. It's a story. It's a lie, and it is nicely packaged in such a way that you will laugh, you will cry, you laugh for some time, cry for some time, and then you'll emote, it'll tickle your emotions, all kinds of emotions, and then like it'll give a message and it'll go. That is a movie, right? Now, but what you want to do is you want to name it. I want to, like, oh, this hero, this director, that director. Okay. So finally, where are you going? I say, okay, I'm going to this particular movie, this director, this hero. So what is happening is you try to name God, and then like now he's watching a movie. This guy is also watching a movie. He's getting entertainment. This guy is also getting entertainment. He is a fervent fan of one actor. He is another fervent fan of another actor. This movie releases, they make big bashes. The other group will come and bash them up. When that releases, these guys will go bash them up. What is all this for? So instead of having a movie as a means of entertainment, you people fight against each other. This is called stupidity in the heights of the everything. Movie is for entertainment, and you think that because that the actor has done well and he has shown that he is something above a normal human being, although in reality he's nuts, then you think he's God. Similarly, you think by calling God a name, I call a name and he call a name, and the purpose of our life is to serve God, to worship God, to do His will, is common for every human being. But if you name God something else and he name God something else, then there is a rift, because we think God is. We all know that God is an essential part of life, and anybody who has made fun of God is doing blasphemy, and he is eligible to be killed. That's what all religious books say. But the problem is, I name God something and you name God something, and then I do same thing that what you do. Then when I do the same thing that what you do by using a different name, you will say he has used a different name, and then you come and kill. I go and kill the other person. You come and kill. So this killing, now people are afraid of COVID, coronavirus. There used to be a brand, a beer brand. One of my friends, like they used to in the US, like he used to bring it when there is birthday, he brings this Corona brand beer, so some bottles of it, and he fills up the fridge, and then we cook and when we eat. That guy had Sai, I think his name. He has this thing like he feels that is an insult to him if there is some beer left at the end of the night. Early morning there should be nothing, so he keeps drinking, goes to bathroom, pees, again comes back drinking, goes back. It will not give that much of kick. So because it's very mild beer, Corona, and then like he's drinking, going behind. I slept and got up, still he's drinking. Stomach bloated, and then he'll go to pee, and then come back and finally completes. Then he said, "Yeah, I have done something." Okay. So why did I say this? People are mad at many different things. So I want to understand what I'm trying to say is every person on this world, the scientific name Homo sapiens, meaning human beings, everyone is same. We are worshipping the same God. Don't fight for God. Don't look for God outside. God is in you, in us, in you. The same God who is in me is in same God who is in you. The same God who is in you is the same God who is in me. If you kill me, what that means, you are killing yourself in the spirit. Right? If you kill God in me, and if I kill God in you, are we going to attain heaven? Think about this, friends. All the terrorist groups, think about this. The same God who is in you is in me. And if you try to kill me, then will God forgive you? Don't live like dogs. For a piece of food, they fight. For a piece of land, they fight. When the other dogs come, stray dogs come into my campus, my dog will go chase it out. This is my land. This is my place. So basically, it doesn't know it is only chasing its own breed. Its own dog is chasing another dog. So if you being a human being, if you are instead of connecting, like I have God spirit in me, you have God spirit in me. When we both are there, okay, I say God in me, God in me, God in you. You say God in you, God in you. We say God around me, I God around me. I say God around you say God around me, and there is a level of this spiritual conversation that's happening, the strength coming, and then like you go heal whatever virus or whatever diseases, you go chase away devils. And this is the kind of power you need. Raise the dead. St. Patrick, he raised the dead. 10 days old dead, he raised him. Because he completely believed in this God in me. God is in me. It's not by our power. It is the understanding. How do God has to elevate and we have to decrease. So many people think, okay, by reading Bible, my God in me will elevate. Or by reading religious books, he'll elevate. You decrease, automatically God will elevate. So spend more time meditating on God. Just keep saying, God in me, God is in me, God in me, God in me, God in me, God is in me, God in front of me, God is behind me, God is carrying me, God is in my left side, God is on my right side, God is around me, God is surrounded by me, it's inside me, He's in me, He's in me. You keep saying this, and He will give revelations. When you open Bible or any religious book and read this, and the new meaning you will get that meaning. What is the meaning that God wants to tell you? If He doesn't show you the meaning, then it will appear distorted. It will appear, oh, now you go kill that person. If it appears like that, like if it is harming any other person in any way, right, that is not from God. If it is creating divisions, whatever I am saying is not for you getting angry, your religion. I made all the religions useless. Religions are used as an institution, as a discipline, as to manage people, to group people, and have a specific code for them, discipline code for them, and for them to follow, to avoid clashes and to avoid unnecessary social fights. So religion is playing a very good part in the human lives, and similarly religion also is playing a very big part in our lives. But you need to realize that religion are not at all important to you. God is important. You see, and then like when you have God in you, what you will automatically see, everything that was lacking in you, because when you are born, Bible says when Jesus came here, He brought the Holy Spirit back to you, and God is living you in the form of Holy Spirit. The Muslim friend, he asked me, how can the Creator live in you? So let's say I have a Mercedes Benz car. What does it have? How does it run? What is the fuel for it? Gasoline, or we call petrol in India. So where is it coming from? The same gasoline that was in the Arab countries, Middle Eastern countries. The same gasoline is now in my car. The same Holy Spirit which is with God is now with me. Understand what I am saying? You say, how come the whole Dubai will fit in your car? No, brother. The same thing. The same gasoline that is there in Dubai has come to me, and it is staying with me and driving my car. The same God, the same Spirit of God, which is in abundance in God, is in me and driving me. Are you clear, brothers? So change your life. When you realize God is in you, and you will see unity. Your family gets united. You go to place, they get blessed. You go to any, talk to any man, he'll feel rejuvenated. So all the positive things will happen. If you meet a person and he's dragging down, one of my brother's friend, he got healed from sickness, and his father said, how can other religion heal you? तुम हमारे ये को रिलीजन को धोखा देते हैं, जन्नत नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें, अभी दर्द तो ज़्यादा है तुम्हें, जन्नत ज़्यादा है, खाली थोड़ा इंसिडेंट के लिए तू दूसरों को वो बातें सुनता. Then his healing went back, his pain is back. So I never talked about religion to that guy at all. When I was healing him, I never talked about religion at all. I talked about God, giving priority to God, asking forgiveness to people whom you hurt, So sanctifying ourselves first, and then I rendered the healing with the power of God. Yes, God has anointed me. I gave power. I told also him, God has anointed me, and I'm healing you. I'm not only healing you. I'm freely I received the anointing, and freely I'm giving you. Now you go to various regions, various countries for playing your game. You do that there and spread God's love. That's what I said. Where did I say about God? Naming convention of God. Where did I say about religion? But his dad says, mulk, mulk, mulk. Religion, religion, religion. Yeah, religion. Oh my God, religion. And that guy got his pain back. He's suffering. He has to take an MRI scan. He has to go to Bangalore. No, can't go to Bangalore. Still suffering, suffering, suffering. But still his dad is happy because he will go to Janata. Such a foolish idiots are there in this country. They don't use the common sense. We think common sense is very common, but common sense is not common. Common sense is not there. If you observe the little kids' life, the children life, little kids, right? The purity, the sanctity, the forgivenessness, the smile on their face, the shylessness, and the same characteristics you should have for God to stay in you. I think I've taken enough time. Thank you, friends, for joining me early in the morning. This is the message of God. God is in you, and you don't have to do anything. Don't have to do anything. Just say God is in me and get that into your genes. Every cell should know that it has God in it, and then you will see power, supernatural power. You can raise the dead. You can heal the sick. You can chase away devils. Bring peace to many people. Many people are troubled because of these groups, because of this conventional naming convention that they used to God, because of the naming, because of the disciplines, that different disciplines they follow, because of the social economical situations that happen, because of the stressful activities that are happening around. But if you realize this, God is in you, God is in me, God is behind me, God is in the right hand side, God is in the left hand side, God is in my head, on my head, God is taking care of me, God is lifting me up, God is going in front of me for doing something. You just say that God. You don't say God's angel are there. It is his responsibility to send angel or archangel or somebody, some friend of you or some relative of you to shoulder you. Because if you don't realize that he is in you, then you need somebody, right? So he is in you already, so you only meditate on that and all your problems. You might think, okay, oh, this big thing, how will I deal it myself? This is such a big thing, how will I do it myself? You are not alone, but you are not alone, kid. If you ask God, he will provide you everything that you need. You ask. Don't go to very far, like 5,000 kilometers to ask God. God is right in you. Close your eyes and ask. Or you don't even have to close your eyes. Just when the communication is proper, like talk the way how you talk to your best friend. Open up, no problem. Talk everything you want, talk to him. But talk. When you talk, he'll respond. When he responds, you get revelations which are not there in any of the religious books. Then you'll don't have to quote, okay, Matthew 15, like that, or Luke 3:8, 1 John 4:4. All those things are not needed, because God talks to you directly, gives the information directly, latest information, what is happening, what's going to happen. Right? People will treat you like many gods, because when you go there, you will tell their history. Okay, you're this, you're this, you're this. This is what you're thinking right now. This is what is your pain point right now, and God is going to deliver this for you. So when you say that, right, who will not? Who will not respect you? You will be seated next to kings, and you will be treated better than kings. Only when you realize God is in us. Many people have realized this and used this realization for their own self, and then they lost it again. Okay, I don't have to name anybody, but so always realize that all human beings have a scientific name called Homo sapiens. Don't kill your neighbor. Don't kill So you always remember the other person who is there. Love your neighbor as thyself. Love your neighbor as yourself. నీ వల్లనే నీ పొరుగువాన్ని ప్రేమించు. That is impossible, but I'm just telling you, నీ వల్లనే నువ్వు ప్రేమించలేవు, because he's a different person, I'm a different. But if you look at inside, in the spirit, both are same. He's also having the same God, I also having the same God. Then we'll have to love, right? So have this kind of this kind of spiritual sense. You forget about the outer body. Outer body, we are going to leave this outer body and go, and then the spirit goes to God. Okay, so in the spirit we are all same. So respect each one of us. And if I have opened eyes of at least a few people around, if anybody watching this video has any problems or doubts, please call me. My number is 950-2570-045, 950-2570-045. If you have doubts, call me. If you have any things, comment me. I'll try to respond, because if you don't understand this secret that God is in you, you have wasted already your life, and you don't want to be wasting the rest of your life. Have a nice day. Bye. Namaskar. Khuda Hafiz. Bye.